We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, my name is Professor Mehul Patel from Civil Engineering Department of Vidyadip Institute of Engineering and Technology, KIM. Today we are going to learn about types of different fluid flow which are very important in various fields like continuity equation generation in 2D and 3D, potential flows, streamline functions, flow net studies, circulation, vorticity, etc. There are many kinds of flow. We are going to study about a few. So let's get started. These are the types of flow which are going to be learned today. The first is steady and unsteady, uniform and non-uniform, laminar and turbulent, compressible and incompressible, rotational, irrotational, and 1, 2 and 3 dimensional flow. First is steady and unsteady flow. In mechanics, time and space are two major important things. When something changes across the time, that may not change across the space. So for steady flow, the time is very important. When flow characteristics like velocity, pressure and density etc. are not changing with time, then such type of flow is particularly said to be the steady flow. As you can see, the partial derivation they have done here. So del V by del T is equal to 0. That means across the time del T, the del V, that means the velocity is not changing. Likewise del P by del T and del rho by del T is equal to 0. So such kind of flow will be steady flow. Otherwise you can say it will be a unsteady flow. Next is uniform and non-uniform flow. Now as for the steady and unsteady flow, time was very important. For uniform and non-uniform flow, space is very important. For uniform flow, the definition will goes like the flow in which velocity at a given time does not change with respect to space. Here space means length of directional of flow. It can be the between the 2 points, it can be the pipe segment or anything else. As you can see the figure and the partial derivation del V by del S with respect to space or some kind of section is equal to 0. As you can see the uniform flow, the flow is straight in unidirection. Such a way non-uniform flow is also unidirections, but it is changing in some segment, in some space. So that will be non-uniform flow. Now here laminar and turbulent flow. So laminar turbulent flow, there is another one flow which falls under the falls between laminar and turbulent flow, which is known as transition flow. Basically these flows were defined by the Reynolds. So the definition of laminar and turbulent flows will be like when the flow is flowing in adjacent layer and that layers are not crossing each other's path. So the flow will be like sheets of lamina, like layers. They are not crossing each other's path, they are moving straightly. Whereas in turbulent flow, you can see the velocity vectors, you can see the flow vectors in the figure. They are crossing each other parts haphazardly. So that will be termed as turbulent flow. Your turbulent flows are very complex to be judged. So there is another one is transition flow. For Reynolds number, I would say Reynolds number is equal to rho V d by mu. If the flow and Reynolds number for is less than 2000, that flow will be laminar. Is greater than 4000, then it will be turbulent flow. and for the range of 2000 to 4000 the flow will be transition. It will be just like the wavy form, but not that much as compared to turbulent. Next is compressible and incompressible flow. So what happens when you compress something? When you compress something, its volume will be changed, and what will change with volume? The density. So the density is derived property of any fluid from the volume. So here we are going to talk about the density, how density is changing with forces. And now the definition of compressible flow is the flow in which the density does not remain constant. That means it is changing. Density is changing, that means volume is changing. Volume is changing means something is getting compressed. So that flow will be like compressible flow. When it happens, when you for example, the flow is flowing in larger diameter of pipe, and suddenly diameter of pipe is decreased by conjection, so that flow will get compressed. The velocity will increase, of course, but the flow and pressure will compress the fluid. So that flow will be compressible flow. Another, when there is no compression forces are experiencing, the fluid will be in incompressible flow. Rotational flow. Now what is rotation? There are two kind of flow, rotation in a particular flow. For example, we can assume a fluid element or fluid particle. That fluid particle is moving just with the velocity line along the velocity vector, or it is rotating in its own axis. If it is rotating in its own axis, that will be rotational flow. Otherwise, that will be irrotational flow. So for the rotational flow, the flow in which fluid particle will flowing along the streamlines, but they do not rotate about their own axis. That was irrotational flow. Last is 1, 2 and 3 dimensional flow. So the first is like, for example, the velocity vectors we are getting, the discharge vectors we are getting in particular one direction. That will be one dimensional flow. How? You can see the formula below the definition, where u is equal to fx, v is equal to 0 and w, where u, v and w's are vectored with respect to 3D coordinate system, where v and w are 0. That means in two directions you won't get any velocity or discharge vector. You will getting velocity and discharge vectors in only in u direction. That means only directional flow. So that kind of flow is one directional flow or one dimensional flow. Likewise, for two dimensional flow, the velocity vector you will get in two direction, and for 3D flow you will get velocity in 3 dimensional. This is just in open channel flow we consider the flow is in 3 dimensional. Why? Because due to turbulence you will get velocity vectors and its function in all the coordinates in all 3 directions. As you can see, the u is equal to function of xyz, even v is function of xyz, and even w is function of xyz. So we will get 3 unknowns for each functions. So that kind of flow will be 3 dimensional flow. As you can see the image below, that primary flow direction, that means the major portion of flow is flowing through that direction particularly. For here it is in z direction, primary flow direction, whereas y and x axis will get velocity vector just because of because there are some turbulent forces. You will get x direction and y direction velocity components with that particular directions. So eventually that will be termed as 3 dimensional flow. So that's it for today. This was the basics of different types of flow, which are very important in fluid dynamics, fluid kinetics, and different study of dam failures, downstream, hydraulic jump, etc. Thank you for listening.